Hello everybody, thank you so much for being here. So if you think about traveling to the US today, what are some of the things that you're going to worry about? You're going to worry about the cost of your flight. You're going to worry about, when I get to the US, accommodation, how am I going to live there? Also, your living expenses, can you take care of yourself? And also just getting like an appointment at the embassy, are you going to get it? Would they grant you a visa? Those are some of the things that are going to be bugging your mind if you want to travel to the US today, right? Well, what if I tell you that there is a way that you can travel to the US without worrying about all of those things? How can you do that? Let me show you how. You can do that through applying for the Knight-Hennessy Scholars Program at Stanford University. And why do I say that they are going to take care of all of the things? Let us look at the funding aspect of it. So here you can see here, financial support for cost of attendance. It says the Knight-Hennessy Scholars receive funding for up to 3 years for any graduate degree at Stanford University. Now let's look at the money. How much is it? They say a fellowship applied directly to cover tuition and associated fees, a stipend for living and academic expenses such as room and board, books, academic supplies, instructional materials, local transportation, and reasonable personal expenses, a travel stipend intended to cover an economy class ticket for one annual trip to and from Stanford, and then there are other benefits. Like this is specific to those that are probably newly enrolled or those that have been at Stanford University for like 2 or 3 years. Sounds interesting, right? I know it's an amazing opportunity, and I hope that you are going to be applying for it. And in this video, I'm going to show you, first of all, a general overview on how can you apply for this particular program, and then I'm going to tell you also what can you do in order to stand out from the crowd of everyone applying for it. What should you focus on? How should you strategize? Follow it step by step, and I tell you, you are going to get this scholarship. I have prepared worksheets that are going to guide you from the start right through till the end of this entire application process. And also, I have one-on-one mentorship with you where I'm going to work with you from the start right through till the end of this entire application process. So if you want to work with me or if you want the worksheets, the links are in the description box. Click on it, sign up, and the service is going to be available to you. So the first thing that we want to know about it is, how are we going to apply for this scholarship? So here you have the planning to apply, and they are telling us, first of all, why the Knight-Hennessy Scholars, the eligibility, please pay attention to that. The criteria, what are they going to be using to select candidates, and then the deadlines, the dates and the deadlines. You want to pay attention to that because if you miss the deadline, you're out. And as you can see here, it's October 11, 2023. That is the deadline for this particular program. And then now we are going to look at preparing your application. What are some things that you should pay attention to when you're preparing your application? Here they talk about your 2 applications. And the reason why they are saying that is because first, you have to apply to the Knight-Hennessy Scholars Program, as well as you have to apply to Stanford University. This is a scholarship to Stanford, so of course you have to apply to Stanford University. All of these applications are going to be done online, so you just have to follow the procedures and make sure that you apply everything that is required, you submit, okay? The things that you're going to need: resume, please prepare a strong enough resume. Transcripts, get your transcripts and test scores ready. Recommendation letters, you need to get that. And your short essays, you need to get that. And then now there is a process of, after you apply, what are some things that are going to happen? They are going to have like the 2 evaluation processes. Remember, you've applied to Stanford, you've applied to the Knight-Hennessy Scholars, so they actually have to do that. Like they have to evaluate those 2 applications, right? And then they have, when you're invited, when you've gone through the process and you're going to be invited, then you're going to have to submit a video statement, okay? And then now, scholar's perspective, read the frequently asked questions because it's going to give you an idea of the general overview of the scholarship, okay? Now that you have gotten a general understanding on everything that is required in order to apply for this particular scholarship, the next thing that I want to talk to you about is the things that you should focus on and what you should do in order to stand out from the crowd and make sure you get this particular scholarship. The first thing that students do is they do not align themselves with the goals of the scholarship. When you get to that website, please read about the scholarship. Read as much information as you can about the scholarship, because when you're able to understand the goals of the scholarship provider, then you can strategize and put yourself as in, here I am the best person that can help you achieve that particular goal, okay? You submit weak personal statements, you are not going to get the scholarship. Remember, this is Stanford University. This is an Ivy League university. Just imagine getting your entire studies paid for at an Ivy League university. It cannot come easy. You really have to submit strong personal statements. So now I'm going to take you through the various questions that you should start thinking about on how can I answer these particular questions that may show up when I am doing my application for the Knight-Hennessy Scholars Program. I have all of the answers in the worksheet, so if you want the detailed answers to all of these questions that I'm going to be talking to you about, do well to get yourself a copy of the worksheet and you're going to see the details. Remember, they are just sample answers. Do not copy them. Please do not copy them, okay? Use it as a guide to help you as you write your own answers to the questions. So the first one is, how will your Knight-Hennessy Scholars experience prepare you to realize your immediate and long-term intentions? You have to think about that. Also, please tell us when you were most challenged. That's a very broad question, right? I give you answers. I give you sample answers in the worksheets. And then please tell us where you made someone particularly proud of you. Oh, wow. And then please tell us when you fell short of expectations. Okay. And then please tell us 8 improbable facts about yourself. Oh, wow. That's an interesting question. So now I'm going to talk to you about the things that you can do in order to stand out from the crowd in order to get the scholarship. So the first thing you have to do is get good grades, because that is extremely important. It's an Ivy League university, so of course they really want more from you. And then leadership experience. Do well to recount all of the times that you have been a leader and make sure that you state them and state what was the impact of it, what did you do, be as detailed as possible. Also, research and innovation. Remember, you're going to a university at the core of Silicon Valley. That is where that's like the heart of innovation. You want to show some innovative things about you as much as possible. And then also it is important that you have strong letters of recommendations. Sit down with your professors, have a chat with them, tell them about why this scholarship is so important to you. Let them write recommendation letters that are extremely targeted to Stanford, targeted to the university, and they should know that you have people who are vouching for you and can support the fact that you are a good candidate to study at Stanford University. Use LinkedIn, use Twitter, connect with scholars who have already gotten this particular scholarship. Ask them questions, talk to them about what was your application process like? What are some things that I can expect? How should I write my statement of purpose? Ask them all of these questions and they are going to give you ideas, and use those ideas as you go through your entire application process, okay? Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that this was helpful. If it was, please do want to consider subscribing to this channel and share the video. Share the video with your friends, your brothers, your sisters, your aunties, your uncles, everybody. Tell them that if you want to go study in the US for free, this is an amazing opportunity for you. I'm going to see you all in the next one. Cheers.